Thank you, Al. I was getting some text messages from Mitch Skinner, our attorney, during that session. We need to talk after this session. Who is running the chat? Please make it stop. You guys have a heck of a sense of humor. Al is on a double review in the future for the technology he brings us. But back to serious things. We are lucky to have Council of MLS CEO Denee Evans with us to give us an update. Denee?
Hello, everyone. All right, let me get my stuff all set up. Great to see so many fabulous smiles and faces in the audience. And I have a speaker clock up here. Yay. All right, I am Denee Evans, CEO of the Council of Multiple Listing Services, and I'm grateful to be in standards and data land today and appreciate all the work that you do to support our industry. It's such an important part of making the market work. Now, who is CMLS and what's new and cool with us? I'm glad you asked. CMLS is the National Trade Association of Multiple Listing Services. I like to say we eat, sleep, and drink all things MLS. We have over 200, I think at 225 now, MLSs that serve over 1.5 million subscribers in both the US and Canada. We also have 70 business partners. Working hard to create a marketplace of unmatched transparency, accuracy, and efficiency. And at CMLS, we believe we're stronger together, using our platform to foster conversations, learning among our members and industry stakeholders, so you, all of you in this room, are the most informed and knowledgeable in the industry. We provide we really work to provide these platforms where we can collaborate, which you've heard Sam talk a lot about that today, to learn, ask, and share. We appreciate our collaborative relationship with RESO and the important work being done, again, especially by all of you collaborating this week to advance data standards. One of the slides Sam had this morning on what is happening in the MLS community, all the collaborations. I had asked Monica Schneider from CMLS team a couple years ago, this was probably 4 years ago, just to assemble. A brokerage firm had asked me to put together some things that the MLS community was working on for one of their CEOs' presentations to update their brokers and agents. And it's just impressive then, but to really see that slide today, I think everyone here in this room should be very proud to see the work that we're doing collaboratively to move the industry forward. CMLS does appreciate RESO's support on our projects and initiatives, always willing to give feedback and insights in creating our policies and our guides, implementation guides. And we appreciate Sam and RESO reaching out to CMLS for feedback on their newest resource, the Web API Transition Guide. I think that was all on our seats at break. It's a beautiful document. That's great work, and congratulations to all those involved. And we really appreciate your sharing it. Your expertise and knowledge to build this resource for the industry. Next, I wanted to talk about our best practices. Got a couple on the screen for you. We work to provide the best practice library, and we are so excited to share that we actually are going to expand and update the current ones. These were created back in 2014 with Ann Bailey, if those of you remember Ann. And we've updated it since then, and gonna look to even grow it more, expand them, update the current material, but also expand the sections that are in there. We will be launching that this year, and we are looking for people who would be subject matter experts to help us contribute to those, give feedback, and we'll be forming that work group. So if that's something you're interested in, if there's a section missing from best practices, let us know, and there's something that you would like to be a part of, please come find me and let me know which one you might be interested in. I did put a couple up on the slide today that I think you might be interested in, specific to data, since we're at a data conference. Our technical and IT best practices, which was the original, the content management best practice, which was developed with Mitch Skinner, great information there, partnering with data consumers, which is now one of the NAR best practices as well, and our data access, I switched those two. The partnering with data consumers is a great basic about data, simple language, and then the data access is the NAR best practices. Next, a big thank you to all of my CMLX Vs, 1 and 2 graduates in the room. If you'll raise your hand if you've done the CMLX V 1 or 2. Thank you. The foundation to build a better marketplace is industry professionals with the knowledge, skills, and leadership abilities to move the industry forward. And that is the goal of CMLX, people working to better themselves, their orgs, and the industry. CMLX V, we've got the couple of levels, is for volunteer leaders who want to deepen their knowledge. It's self-paced and online, and I'm really excited to share we're actually going to build that out this year and get a little more in-depth to help really prepare your MLS leaders. CMLX 1 is online self-paced, great for introduction, new employees as a launching point. CMLX 2 specifically is a little bit deeper dive into the technology and best practice and capabilities needed by an MLS leader. It's offered virtual, but is an instructor-led course over 6 sessions with a white paper to graduate. And specifically, we put CMLX 2 on there because there is one section that is MLS data management. Thought that might be exciting in this room. And then over 2 weeks ago, we started our 4th CMLX 3 course. And as Richard Gibbons said, best class ever. So how many of my CMLX 3 participants, past graduates, and current class people do we have in the room today? Yay. Thank you all for being willing to lead our industry. And I did want to reference one thing as part of the CMLX 3 homework. We do ask the participants to complete our MLS best practices organizational assessment. So that's taking all of our best practices and walking you through questions to see where your organization is at in those items. And each answer gives you an opportunity to find out how you could go to the next level. What could you do to improve your organization? So it's a feedback loop. So I would encourage you to please use that. It was great to hear the feedback of the attendees. Next is our Brings It to the Table. I want to do a big thank you to Divina, Roya, and Sam for presenting at our Brings It to the Table virtual event last week. And actually anybody who was attended or was part of BTT, it was a great event. We had a session where Divina and Roya used the RESO resources, analytics, and tools to support their organizations and collaborate. Now, this slide was just supposed to be initially a placeholder for the slide that Sam used during BTT, but what happens when you turn your slides in on time? It's a table and chairs. So if you will all just close your eyes with me and envision the RESO analytics and tools slide that Sam had put up, and then just reference those. Find Sam if you need it for later. I didn't realize that till last night when I was doing a final run through. So thanks again to you guys for Sam, Roya, and Divina for being willing to have a real conversation. They talked about the challenges that they had and what they were using of the analytics, but the work they still needed to do. So that was great to share those perspectives and insights of how you can help foster collaboration. Next, I'm excited to share our Champions of MLS. Over the last several years, we have been working on the Value of MLS campaign. It started with Making the Market Work, which is industry, In the Know, which is how to talk about the value of the MLS to consumers. And third is our newest part of the initiative is Champions of MLS. And last December, the CMLS board decided to take a big step and become an active participant in the national conversation about the value of the multiple listing service. There's a lot of voices, a lot of noise out there happening, questioning the value of the MLS. So the CMLS board decided it was time to step up and join this national conversation, to turn up the volume and to get loud. An update on this project, in working with our attorneys, we hired some expert attorneys. Our Value of MLS white paper is complete, and we have begun work on the second phase, the economic research report. It is a first of its kind report, and we're asking all of you to be a part of it. Last week at BTT, Brings It to the Table, we heard John Johnson, who is the CEO of Edgeworth Economics, share how he will approach the research of this report and what we'll be looking to accomplish: a world with and without MLS from an economic impact. This is going to require financial support and MLS data. We're asking you to become champions of MLS by supporting the campaign. And I'm really excited to share today, after announcing that last week, that we have our first official champions of MLS supporters. AMLS and CMLS past chair Matt Consalvo and Rob Wagner and Kip Cooper at Heartland MLS. So thank you so much for leading the way in this effort. We really appreciate you. And we invite the rest of you to look into this, consider how you can help us tell the MLS story and become a champion of MLS. Want to ask more questions? Come find me this week. We've already got MLS organizations who have approved use of their data and talking to their boards about becoming financial supporters as well. The webpage is councilofmls.org/value-of-MLS. So you can go there or come find me, and I'll love to walk through it with you. Next is continuing the conversation and helping to shape the future of the MLS industry. CMLS takes pride in listening to all of you. What is it you need? How do we support you? How do we help move your organizations forward? So we've got a couple dates up here. I think the next place we'll see most of you is in DC. CMLS will be facilitating the MLS Forum breakouts. Thank you, Jason and NAR, for hosting those. The schedule this week, that week is a little different. You'll have the MLS AE's executive session first, and then the roundtables are that afternoon. So a great way to continue the conversation and keep it going. Anyone have topics they'd like to talk about there, please come see me. Or if you're interested in being a facilitator in one of those rooms, please come see me. We're always looking for that, and we'll be making those asks shortly. Thursdays, we do our MLS Matters. The next one coming up is marketing. We're going to bring marketing people together to talk about vlogging, podcasts, just how they're using that media to engage with their members. And just so, in case any of you aren't familiar with MLS Matters, it is just about every Thursday where we will just do different conversations. They're open Zoom meetings where you can come in. Sometimes you're the person sharing your expertise and your knowledge. Sometimes you're the person learning and sharing what challenges you have that the community can help you solve, because maybe they've already solved it. So compliance is always one of our most popular ones. We'll usually have about 100 to 150 people on there sharing and talking. So those are on Thursdays. The next place, I have the CMLS Legal Seminar. Just to note, we used to have that as part of conference at our annual conference, but that has now been broken off, and we will be doing it this summer. And in case anyone was not aware, there is a lot going on in the legal environment. So I hope you will join us on July 20th to get the update on everything to do with legal and MLSs. Registration is open for that, but it will be virtual. MLS staff, volunteer leaders, and executives are open to that conversation. And that leads us to CMLS 2023, which is October 3rd through the 5th in Nolens, New Orleans. We are so excited to welcome everyone there. It's a great city, and we do, again, have the registration open for that. It is advanced pricing right now, so please get there, get registered, so we can continue the conversations and help shape the future of MLS. And that is all I have. My closing, I just would ask that everybody in this room, how hard you're working to help advance our industry, to be the leaders, shape the conversation, and my big ask is always to stay open to change, because it is the only thing that is certain. I'm excited to what the future can look like. I appreciate all of you working hard to shape that, and there are a lot of opportunities when we look at what we could do when we're working together, we're looking for solutions, and when we're collaborating to make home ownership happen. So with that, I want to say thank you, and I just so happen to have a door prize. I don't know if it's as cool as the face thing. What are those? Oculus. What is it? Yeah. But this is what you could maybe add to your list. But it's a Beats Studio 3 Wireless Skyline Collection, Shadow Gray. So, some Vanna hands. Nobody gave me instructions for how to do this. Do I just pick a number? Somebody pick a number. Okay. Whoever catches it, or is there a name on? Sam, help me. What did I do? Edward Tiesler. Yay! Thank you all.